Problem of the day number 12. Again, what if they give you a graph and ask you to just write the equation for the graph? And again, if you look at the shape of the graph, you can tell that it's a cubic function because the cube root looks like also an S, but it's a flat S. Okay, so when it's going up and down like this one is the cubic, not the cube root. Okay, so now that we've identified this is a cubic function, and this is our generic equation for that, again, all we need to do is identify our A, our H, and our K, and that'll give us the equation of the function. So first thing I want to do is identify what the so-called vertex would be. And again, this is not officially called the vertex, but it's essentially can be considered vertex because it is the important point at which we have rotational symmetry. Okay, so this is our axis of rotation. So this is what would be our H and K, and this coordinate right here is 4, 5. So that tells us that our H is going to be 4 and our K is going to be 5. And what we don't know is, again, what our A is. Okay, so we would again plug everything that we can, that we already know, into the function and leave A as A. So we have A x minus 4 cubed plus 5. So we've plugged in our H and our K, and we know that it's a cubic function. And then again, just plug in any other point on the graph except for the vertex. So for example, you can plug in this point right here, or this point here, or any other point that you see, like maybe, for example, this point here. It really doesn't matter which point you pick. So I'm just going to plug in this point right here. This is 5, comma. This looks like, so if this is 4, this is 5, so this would be 4.5. Okay, all right, so our x value is 5 and our y value is 4.5. And then we want to do everything that we can to solve for A. Okay, so subtract 5 from both sides. So 4.5 minus 5 is a negative 0.5, and we have an A. And then 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 cubed is just 1, so we really don't need to write anything else. A is just negative 0.5, or you could think about it as a fraction, negative 1/2. Either way is fine. Okay, and then put them all together now that you have your A, your H, and your K into the equation. So f of x equals negative 1/2 x minus 4 cubed plus 5. And that would be our final equation. And you can do a quick double check by checking the vertex, for example, the 4, 5. That is where so-and-so vertex is. And the negative means that it's upside down. So you can see that for the cubic function, it normally goes from the right to the left, going down. And this one is going from the left to the right down. So that means that it's the upside down version of it. And then you can try to kind of see if it's a vertical stretch or compression, but that's a little bit harder to tell, especially when the value of the A is so small. It's not a huge difference.